Yeah.
People can now see and hear us.
Cool. I'm not ready to record yet because I forgot.
You broke up. I have no idea what you forgot.
I forgot to use the computer.
I forgot to pull all my audio shit.
Why he keeps freezing, David? He keeps freezing.
It's because he's pulling up his audio shit and it's loading.
Still breaking up.
You
know.
You scared him off.
It's that 2006 computer of his, man.
Yeah.
Damn, that's old.
I think it's newer than that.
Do you?
Do you?
Prove it.
Okay, how about now?
Oh, that's
so far
way better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far, so good.
I think you were pulling up your audio program and it was killing your CPU for a second there, which reminds me.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Don't start the show. I gotta kill some programs in the background as well. Gotta love these cheap laptops, baby.
Yeah, I'm due to update my computer.
Me too. Excuse me. Sorry, guys.
Oh my god, my computer's 10 years old. Jesus Christ.
But is it still that like kick-ass computer that you won on as like a door prize?
Yeah. It's still
That's
a
fucking awesome.
trash can Mac.
That's awesome.
Still kicking.
The best. Tell that story while I fucking kill some programs in the background.
So for people that don't know, I paid $0 for my computer. There was a contest when Docker was first kind of getting big. A company, CenturyLink, the phone company, started up a project called Panamax. That's like a Docker management kind of system, and they had a contest to promote it where they were giving away, I think, like 30 Mac Pros and like 30 or 60 iPad Pros. Like the total prizes was like $100,000 basically, and so they had a couple different categories, and I wrote a blog post basically saying like, man, some programs really suck to run in Docker, like, and I won. I won one of the Mac Pros.
Sweet.
I was like, awesome. Because I tried to Dockerize a mail system, and it just like sucked ass. So then I wrote a blog post about how terrible the experience was, and then I won a prize. And then they proceeded to drop off like $4,000 or $5,000 worth of stuff. FedEx fucking dropped it off like at the wrong house. And it wasn't just like a next door situation. It was like 10 houses down and across the street situation. I was like, whoa, you're way off. And fortunately, the guy was nice, and he carried the box over, and my wife baked him cookies. So yeah, that's how I got my computer. Been running for about 10 years now.
That's a pretty cool story, Johnny.
I mean, it's a free
from top to bottom. Like you really executed. Yeah. I would have maybe added like a funny voice somewhere, but otherwise it was perfect execution.
That project Panamax is not around anymore, so my computer's outlasted that whole thing.
Man.
And then, like, after that, I wrote that blog post. Like, this company reached out to me to write blog posts for them, and I did. And then that started a whole project. Now that company's gone too.
When you talk to them on the phone, what do they sound like?
Oh boy, John, we're so excited that you won the computer.
I'm still that, like Jesse said, it was a good story, but it would have been better if you did a silly voice. And then you continue telling the story without a silly voice.
He just did one.
We could just completely ignore. No, before that.
Before
you prompted him.
I only did it when directly prompted. I do not pick up on subtlety or cues. And like,
I got him there.
Yeah, you gotta hit me on the head with the 2x4 for me to figure out what you want.
I want you dead. That's why I hate you.
Whoa.
All right.
That's why this 2x4 has a nail in it.
All right, let's crank it up.
All right, John, you ready to go?
Let it rip.
Jesse, you ready to go?
Yes.
David, you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Gain That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What is going on, everybody? It's Game That Tune, and we're back in the house once again. It's your boy, John Harrington here. We've got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We've got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got the king of the show, David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back. Game That Tune in the house for episode 342. And my goodness, guys, we've got a great show coming for you tonight. We are going to do the same thing that we do every week. We're going to listen to video game tunes. We've each brought 3 songs from a game. We're going to try and guess each other's games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We're going to goof off. We're going to have a lot of fun. And the winner at the end of the night picks the theme for the next episode and plays some of their bonus tunes. And our winner last week was the fantastic king of the show. It was David Fleming. Perfect game last week from David. And David selected a fantastic theme for this week's episode. So, David, tell us all about it. What do we got?
Well, let me tell you the theme by asking you a question, John. Do you know what killed the dinosaurs?
Can you feel it coming? The icy cold of space. Ah.
Okay.
I
I know the answer to David's riddle, but
Riddle?
I'm also, is it not a riddle? Yeah.
No, that was the movie before.
Damn. Okay. So the answer is it was the Ice Age.
The Ice Age.
But that doesn't explain why Johnny played that clip.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's the wrong clip. I meant to play this one.
The Iceman cometh.
Nope. God damn it. These aren't labeled
No, you're
right.
It was perfect. It was great. God, we need to keep that on the soundboard. He sounds so proud to become a thing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry, David. Is the theme the Ice Age?
Games with ice.
Ah. Okay. Good. I feel like there's a better Mr. Freeze sound clip out there that perfectly captures and conveys how we feel about this. But whatever, Johnny. I appreciate you going above and beyond with these, other Mr. Freeze sound clips.
Always winterize your pipes.
God damn it.
Man,
Okay.
That's just good advice.
I don't know why he made these.
It's not even a pun. It was just him telling you to winterize your pipes.
I really fucked up, man. I just named these like Mr. Freeze 1.wave, Mr. Freeze 2.wave.
Right. Ice.wave, Ice 2. Huge mistake, Johnny. But so ice, the cold stuff. It's that thing that happens when you take water and make it cold. It's David, I actually I have a very important question. Is snow ice? I'm from Florida.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Snow is composed of ice crystals. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Just want to clear that. It's going to really ruin my fucking game if if snow isn't ice. Because I
think
kind
I
of
would
a deal
allow. I think I would allow a snow game, but if you had like a game set on the ocean because the ocean is just warm ice, like no, that's not going to fly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So not water in all states of matter. It's it's ice.
Right.
So good. Very good. That's good. I'm glad we got that out of the way because snow, ice, they're common things in games. There have always been ice and snow levels in games. They're typically in the older games very frustrating things. You're slipping, you're sliding. The platforming, no fun. There's the offensive little characters in there, jumping around and not respecting indigenous people, smacking polar bears with sunglasses. The things that those ice climbers can do.
Wait. When you say smacking polar bears with sunglasses, does it mean the polar bears are wearing sunglasses, or you're smacking polar bears with sunglasses in your hand?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I should clarify. The polar bears are wearing sunglasses, and you smack them while holding a pair of Ray-Bans, and just it's how it's the motivation. I don't know. You ever see the opening cutscene to Ice Climber? But it's all about broken sunglasses, and those little people are pissed.
That classic 1985 NES cutscene.
Yes.
So cinematic.
I think I have a clip from that.
Cool party.
God damn it. We're so close to getting the right sound, but it's escaping us. So yeah, it's gonna be ice games with some ice. It's all over games these days, and and in all eras. It's ice. It's everywhere. It's not everywhere. It's like I said, usually in one area of a game. So I'm hard pressed to think of a game that takes place totally in like an ice world. I'd be pretty pissed off playing that.
I'm like Planet.
I never played that, but
Shut up.
I think most winter sports games.
There you go. Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah, Mario and Sonic.
Nagano, baby. Those Mario and Sonic Winter Olympic games. But even then, still like a city. It's not always covered in ice. Anyway, I'm sure that we've thought of all of these things. All states of ice will be well represented on tonight's show. So Johnny, I'm sure you're ready to hit the perfect Mr. Freeze sound clip to take us to game 1.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
No, that's what you were supposed to play earlier. All right, guys. So this game is the first in the series that depicts the main character and the main antagonist speaking, and it is not considered to be canon to the series. All right, guys, who's feeling great?
I think the trivia kind of gave it away.
Oh, yeah.
And I think Jesse should be feeling very great.
Never heard this before in my life.
No, I didn't think so. Oh, Johnny. Johnny says Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. He seems to not actually know what this is. David says My Dinner with DDD. He's throwing the game. And Jesse has the correct answer, Kirby's Avalanche.
All right, everyone, chill.
All right. Yeah, sure. Still going there. Nice job, Jesse. Nice Kirby shirt for the podcast viewers. Obviously, Jesse's wearing nothing, but for the live viewers, they see he's got a great Kirby shirt. So he had to guess Kirby's Avalanche correctly. Well done, sir. And it was important to me to clear up in the intro to the show whether or not snow counts as ice, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to use Kirby's Avalanche. A Kirby puzzle game for the SNES, basically a reskin of another existing puzzle game, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, that is. And yeah, they decided to make it Kirby themed and call it Kirby's Avalanche.
But isn't Mean Bean Machine just a Puyo Puyo?
It is. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine is a reskin of Super Puyo Puyo, yes.
Yeah, it's a puzzle game that's like sort of based on Puyo Puyo, but isn't it like set in the woods with just little blobs falling?
Yes.
Are there avalanches in this game?
I mean, it's right there in the title, David. It's Kirby's Avalanche. I'm not seeing the problem here.
Is this when he plays for the Colorado Avalanche?
It is. He was the
Kirby
goaltender. Yeah. It was he won the Stanley Cup in like 1996 or 7, I think. I don't know. He was pretty good, Kirby. But yeah, so an avalanche is like a big cascading snow problem. It's a mountain thing where snow falls down a mountain and covers things up. And in this game, I suppose the avalanche is not so much of snow, it's of Puyos and the little things that block the puzzle and prevent you from making more Puyo Puyo combinations. But it's it's Kirby's Avalanche.
So I just want to confirm the avalanche in your snow and ice game is an avalanche of non-snow and ice objects.
Yeah, but I feel like the term avalanche, the snow is implied. You can't call what else could there be an avalanche of?
Apparently Puyos.
I mean, that's the thing.
There could be a Bruce Avalanche.
I'm Florida born and raised. This is a question for a snow scientist. Not me. I don't have expertise on this, but I'm pretty sure that if you have an avalanche, it's snow. So these Puyos, they fall in an avalanche. It's because of snowfall. It's there's an iciness implied. David, you're from Chicago. You should know this stuff by now.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I have several questions. Particularly the Puyos that are made of snow and ice that appear to be falling in a mid-tropic forest.
Right.
That's not typically where you find snow and ice.
Okay. Well, I mean, I figure it's Kirby's planet. Maybe they...
Have you heard of global warming?
Yeah, it's true. Maybe it used to be... maybe it's taking place in Greenland.
John,
rapidly warming.
You know that scenario where you're at the grocery store and there's a mountain of cans, and you go to pull a can from the mountain, and you pull the wrong can, and then suddenly you have an avalanche of cans.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but what if those cans are like Ice House or Michelob Ice or
right? Yeah, it was just like strictly cans
avalanche of Natty Ice
of Bud Ice. Yeah,
That's usually how I start most parties.
Right. I mean, the 4th of July was yesterday. I was, no denying it. Trapped under a pile of ice, Bud Ice.
What a way to go.
Well, Johnny,
He died
now
as he lived.
you kind of threw my whole thing off here. So you're saying that there can be an avalanche that doesn't involve snow?
There can. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes, there can. So, okay, well, maybe the Puyos, they do look somewhat like cans. So, maybe this isn't it. Oh, no. Okay, so maybe this is an icy game. I don't know. Has anybody else here played it? Do you get to play as Kirby characters in it? Do you get to play as a little snowman guy, Chili? I don't see him listed on like the roster page, but maybe he's unlockable. I'm really struggling to justify this now. This isn't good.
I see. Waddle Dee, Waddle Doo, Lololo, La La La, Meta Knight, the Poppy Brother. I see the little squid guy.
Squishy.
I'm not seeing Mr. Frosty.
Game over!
Shit, man.
Embarrassing.
Yeah, that's not how I really wanted to start.
It's not cool.
I was gonna say as the first. Damn it, Jesse.
Profoundly uncool.
As the first game on the show too. God.
Yeah, geez. Okay, well, I can come up with something else maybe, but maybe I can figure something out for I don't know, in a couple of games from now or something. Let me I got a lot of music sitting around here. Let me figure something out. Sorry guys, I fucked this up. Kirby's Avalanche is fun though. Sorry there's no ice in it. Today I learned.
Let's kick some ice.
Okay, well that redeems my whole segment. Johnny finally got to the right sound. Phew.
Game 2.
All right, guys. So a brief little description of this game. Hot doggers can quench their thirst for excitement with half-pipe courses and ski technique challenges, while loungers can look forward to other activities including ski school, board school, moguls and slaloms, as well as animal search and rescue. All right, who's got some answers?
Oh, I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see them.
Hot dog.
Hot doggers. All right, let's see. So John says Outrunners 3 Hot Doggers, which is sadly incorrect. Jesse says the Ice Storm DS, sadly incorrect. Dave says Family Ski and Snowboard, which I think is another title for this game. This is called Wii Ski and Snowboard for the Nintendo Wii.
Okay, I was about to say, if I don't get a point for that, I'm going to be very upset because the official website for Family Ski and Snowboard says hot doggers can quench their thirst for thrills with half-pipe courses. Like, oh, okay, I found the game.
Johnny, you gotta stop making the fucking trivia just the description of the game from the official website.
Yeah, it was called Family Ski and Snowboard in Europe, and Family Ski, World Ski and Snowboard in Japan, and then here in the U.S., Wii Ski and Snowboard. Not spelled like this console Wii. Surprisingly.
Yeah, actually,
That was going to be my next question.
Just seeing that and updating the on-screen thing. It's not Wii Ski.
It's Wii Ski.
Pathetic.
I like a good Wii ski on the rocks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Wii exclusive.
mine with a
and
little
they spelled
citrus
it
bit to it.
W-E. What are they doing here?
I mean, seriously, it's right. Like, if you want to make it seem like it is something you have to buy, you put Wii in the title. Like, I'm sure that Nintendo was like, no, you cannot call this Wii Ski. And they're like, why not? Come on. It'll sell like 5 extra copies if we do that.
It uses the Wii balance board. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited for the people who are just joining us and hearing us saying, why did they call it Wii Ski? It should have been Wii Ski.
I think people that grew up in the Wii era,
about?
I think people that grew up in the Wii era understand what we're talking about. Fucking, Namco was trying to make things that vaguely resembled Wii Sports and the Wii franchise. And Nintendo was like, you could do that, but you can't use the 2 I's. You have to use the letter E. Sorry, fellas. And here we are.
So yeah, it's
Fucking Wii Ski.
It's kind of a weird thing they did here. It's a open world game. Like you can ski around the resort, but everything's unlocked from the get go. There's no which I guess nowadays I actually appreciate that as an adult. I'm like, hell yeah, fuck yeah, just let me do everything.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just go find the things. That's great.
But back when this came out and you wanted things to unlock and all that, that kind of sucked. Like it feels
I'm not
like
sure it did even then. I think you're wrong. I think it's great.
Honestly,
you got to just go find things, man.
There should be two methods to play like an open world game. One is called like Explorer mode, where basically the whole world is open. You can explore and unlock and find all these new areas. And then the other is called Adult mode, where it's just like a menu that lists all the different places you can go.
Mm-hmm. Just take me there now.
So one thing I was very disappointed by was that, the description mentions it has a ski school, and it is nothing like the 1989 movie Ski School.
It really should be, shouldn't it, Johnny?
I really want to have to catch a beer by, throwing up my hand while holding a Wii controller. Have you guys seen that movie? They throw so many beers all the time, and they just catch them so casually, and that's so hard to do.
Johnny,
obviously, you've never been skiing before.
Let's go back to, have you ever seen that movie? I'm sorry, you said 1989 film Ski School?
Yeah.
Can't say that I have.
It's amazing.
I'm pretty sure I've got the gist of it just from, I don't know, cultural osmosis at this point. And probably the movie Hot Tub Time Machine. Like, I assume that, shenanigans happening on a ski resort. And eventually there's like a skiing rivalry race between, some hoity-toity rich guys and the guys attending the ski school.
You're about right. You're about right. I think the main difference between this and Hot Tub Time Machine is Hot Tub Time Machine had a wide release in theaters, whereas this movie was made to go straight to VHS.
Right. Yeah, good. Good. Very good.
I just have to say, it's like, Ski School, the 1989 movie. Have you guys seen that movie? As someone who introduced y'all to Lady Terminator, what the fuck are you talking about?
Right. Johnny doesn't watch films that have any value. David's films at least have camp value. Ski School, not so much.
Dude, Ski School is great. I'm doing that for the next movie night. I'm not even going to have a poll. We're just going to watch it.
Start it now. We threatened to do it before the show. We said we would just watch Batman and Robin. Johnny, I'm sure you've got Ski School in your fucking VCR ready to go.
Just put your webcam up to the CRTV so we can watch
Stream that VCR, baby. But yeah, no, I actually do want to talk about Wii Ski and Snowboard. So it's the sequel to Wii Ski.
Yes, also not spelled W-I-I.
Also not spelled Wii Ski. But yeah, so they came out with Wii Ski, basically, another Wii Sports thing, except it's just completely focused on balance board skiing. And then, naturally for the sequel, they couldn't just call it Wii Ski 2, as in We Also Ski. No, they realized you could take that balance board and instead of standing on it, with 1 foot on either side, you could turn it and have yourself a little snowboard.
Yeah, stand on it sideways.
Snowboard. Yeah, I mean, it's I really don't see any issue with this as a series. Like, it's for people out there that like had the balance board, this feels almost essential. Like, what else were you using it for once you got thoroughly insulted by Wii Fit? Like, I have never in my most fit days, by the standards of Wii Fit, not been obese. I used to be 60 pounds lighter and in the best shape of my life, and that game called me obese, and I fucking never went back. So, Wii Ski and Snowboard, okay, cool. Break out the banished board. Let's fucking play with this thing again. Sounds great.
I would like
break
to
the
answer
snowboard, John.
Yeah. No, come on, Namco, fucking balance.
Oh my god, yeah. You hop on the snowboard of the game. It's like, you are too obese. It just breaks the board under your feet.
Or it just sighs.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it.
It just sinks into the snow.
That always bugged me on fucking Wii Fit when I know it did it for everybody, but it still just struck me as odd. Like the little when you step on the balance board, it's like, no, don't fucking, I didn't just stick it in you, balance board. Fucking don't acknowledge me stepping on you like that. Like, yeah.
I think
More
I would
gently,
I think I would prefer a to
I mean, at least then it's it's comedic until you get told that you're obese when you're 225 pounds in the best fucking shape of your life. But yeah,
not the whole family.
Goddamn, one at a time. I know the game's called Wii Ski, but only one person on the balance board at once.
You just spelled it WII. You fucked up.
Exactly.
This is a family game.
God, okay, see, that's the lawsuit they opened themselves up to by calling it Wii WE Ski, is if more than one person stands on that balance board at once and tries to play the game, they've totally fucked it up. Like, that thing can't handle it. It moans when one person steps on it. So if two people try to do some kind of synchronized, three-legged race skiing thing, they're fucking breaking that thing.
Fucking orgasms right then and there.
Though I also really think it'd be kind of dope to try and do three-legged race skiing. Like, you and a friend try to balance yourselves properly to play Wii Ski. True nightmare of an idea. Oh yeah, God. But what purpose would the third person serve? A Wii Ski in that Wii Ski some.
Yeah, they just sit on the couch and be like, "Wow, you're obese," according to this.
Do you really make one obese person? Shut up. Oh man. Yeah, no, Johnny, I think this is actually a really great pick. I know you said this game is trash before the show, but this is actually a quality pick. This is a quality balance board game made by a quality company. It's Namco game. It's got a Hiroshi Okubo soundtrack. Soundtrack is bopping. I'm gonna have to go and find this soundtrack because, like, if it's anything like the Go Vacation soundtrack, it's loaded. It's gonna be fucking great. So, like, Johnny, this is a win right here. You got us to all remember the time that we stepped on the balance board and how fucking, I need to bring that up to my therapist next time I see him. And like, it's a quality pick, John. Fucking
now, John, tell me, is the Wii balance board in the room with us right now?
Everywhere I step, it feels like I'm being judged. A little creak in the floorboards. All I hear is, oh. It's ever since then, any feedback I get to the sound of me walking is
John,
devastating.
I told you when you bought your house, don't replace your hardwood with Wii boards.
No sight.
Really rad. Just picturing the Michael Jackson Billie Jean video where he steps and all the things walk up, but it's Wii balance boards every time, and it goes oh. See, the key is if it tells Michael Jackson that he's obese, then I'll know it's a problem with Wii Fit, not with me. The game standards are insane.
I gotta find that sound clip of the balance board and then make an edit to that video.
Yes.
How soon do you think a potential date would leave your house when you brought them home and that was your situation?
What? That we're in the Michael Jackson Billie Jean video?
No.
No.
When they come in your house, your whole house is floored with.
It's tiled with fucking balance boards. No, I think they'd love it. It depends on if the things call them obese or not.
Well, no, but that would definitely make it weird.
Hey, you're obese. Hey, stop walking here. Hey, I'm the floor. Stop.
Was there a Ratso Rizzo mode for the Wii boards?
Can I invite you in for a drink? You are obese. You are obese. You are obese.
Mm-hmm. He's not wrong.
God, imagine you're fucking on top of a bunch of Wii boards, and every time you slam, you are obese.
Yeah. Hey.
I was gonna say, if you are fucking on the balance boards, how can you like distinguish their moans from the balance board moans? Like, yeah, you like that? I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now, do you think if you came on it and it said you are obese, you'd be like, "Hey, that's kind of cool."
Yeah, dope.
Hell yeah.
Got a heavy load.
Episode title.
The episode title is just going to be "We Are Obese." Yeah, how we spell it, who knows yet? Johnny, this is a great pick, man. That was dynamite, man.
All right.
I like the idea that we spell it WeareObiise.
Yes, exactly. The key is to work those two eyes in there somewhere. Otherwise,
I'll be blind.
nobody's going to buy it.
Always winterize your pipes.
Game 3.
All right, gentlemen. So the developers decided to base the main character after a famous Korean star, Byung-hun Lee. To capture the full essence, they used a program called Face Robot, which allowed them to use Lee's basic expressions and translate them into the game. You could wait until I ask if you're ready, Johnny, and I swear to God, if that's your actual answer. So, do you all have your answers ready?
Yeah.
God. Johnny says ski school. Incorrect. Jesse says Super Polar Express. Sadly incorrect. John has the correct answer. This is Lost Planet. Jesse, I really thought you had this one in the bag.
No, I haven't played this in a long time.
Well, just because you referenced it earlier in the show. But yeah, this game was really fun. I greatly enjoyed playing this game. So this came out on PS3, Xbox 360, and Windows. I had it on the 360. And this game came out in kind of a weird time in Capcom's history. Because like the tail end of the PS2 GameCube era into the PS3 360 Wii era, they just kind of like threw shit at the wall to see what stuck. Like, hey, let's make a Zelda game where you're a wolf and everything is watercolors, and let's make a Dawn of the Dead the video game, and let's do a point and click adventure with a little pirate boy. And one of them was, let's make a third person shooter with giant mechs where you're on an Arctic ice planet.
Yeah, it was
that's
pretty
like a
cool
concept.
It is.
It was. Yeah, like I said, I had a lot of fun with it, especially because like there were multiple different mechs, and unlike a lot of mech games, they weren't super stiff. Like you controlled them pretty fluidly. There were like spider tanks and giant robot suits, and there was one that was kind of like a motorcycle type that let you like quickly drive around on the ice. And the whole time you're exploring a new planet to try to colonize it for humans, because we probably fucked up the old one. I don't remember exactly the story. So it's basically like you with a bunch of weird guns and giant robot suits fighting huge monster insect type things. It was a pretty fucking fun game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they all had like
Sounds
really
bad.
cool like glowing weak spots and stuff, and it was pretty neat game.
Yeah,
I don't know why it didn't take off.
They made 3 of them.
They
they
did?
did.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they only made 2.
No, they did make a third one, but apparently the third one like really underperformed in sales. So they're like, all right, fuck it, we're done with this.
Didn't one of the robots from this end up in Tatsunoko versus Capcom, David?
It did. That was Capcom's giant character, the PTX-40A.
Yeah, dope.
Which was one of my favorite characters in that game, actually.
That game was pretty cool, and I liked those couple of giant characters.
But yeah, it's a very like atmospheric, moody game. It was pretty early on like PS3 and Xbox 360, so like it looks very good. They really went crazy with like the smoke and particle effects and atmosphere. Yeah, it was a really fun game, and I'm kind of sad that Capcom had this period of like, let's experiment and see what works. Oh, this didn't quite work how we thought. All right, we're never going to touch it again. Oh, you had some fun ideas.
Yeah, I feel like that was back in those days. Like, I don't know, like maybe it's just that they didn't crack it after 3 games; they just gave up on it. But like, you know, like the first Assassin's Creed wasn't very good. It wasn't until 2 that they kind of cracked it. So like, if Lost Planet took 2 or 3 games to get going and for them to really figure out what they had there, that would have been I feel like people would have stuck with it, but Capcom is not most people. They didn't stick with it.
Which is weird because Capcom's the same company that made like 9 versions of Street Fighter 2. Like, they do tend to stick with things.
Yeah, and this was the days when you didn't even have to make new versions. You could just patch your old, your current thing. So like they could have fixed the game. And, people could have. I'm not even saying the game needed fixing, but I don't know. They could have kept this going because giant mech battles. That's kind of an evergreen video game concept right there.
You know what might have done it? Honestly, it could have been the Ice World. Because like giant mechs fighting giant insects, pretty awesome. Oh, the whole world is an ice level. That probably turned people off.
Right. I mean,
those people are stupid.
Have these
Fuck
people not
them.
seen Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back? The beginning of that movie is just giant mechs on an ice world, and it's awesome.
It's amazing.
Well, so here's the thing, Johnny, though. They go elsewhere after that.
Yeah, but still.
It's not the whole movie. You literally just kind of highlighted the problem. Like, you have to leave the ice world eventually. They need Lost Planet in the Dagobah system. I mean, that's the thing. The subtitle is Extreme Condition. It should be robots entering extreme conditions, whatever those extreme conditions may be. Extreme heat, extreme ice, extreme swamp.
I think in the sequels they explore that. Like they go to planets where or like they find like areas on the frozen planet where there's like, hey, there's this weird pocket underground of tropical area that's weird, and oh no, giant spider, kill it.
Right.
So they have like extreme ice, extreme desert. Do they have extreme sports? Is that one of the games in the series?
That would also be a good idea.
See,
Max
honestly,
on skateboards.
You were talking about like how they could patch this game to fix it. Although it doesn't really need fixing. Maybe what they needed to do was add a mode where you're a giant mech snowboarding down a half pipe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, helped. Giant mech going to the 1989 movie Ski School.
God damn it, Johnny.
Giant mech catching giant kegs of beer.
You gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go.
Yeah, I know it's like completely different companies on completely different continents, but I would kill for the PTX-40A to be in a Tony Hawk game.
Yeah, it'd be pretty great. Tony Hawk's Underground.
Just like grinding on a rail, busting a trick with its chainsaw hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, or they could do a prequel or something, show how the planet ended up with being an ice planet. I don't know. Or like the developments of the mechs. Yeah. What happened on Earth to make them have to develop extreme, condition mechs. Yeah. There's ideas here. The Capcom decided, no, we'll just make more Resident Evils. It turns out nobody's really into giant mechs anymore. They're into zombies and Street Fighter and shit.
We could make a new game, or we could turn on the money printing machine.
Right.
Come to think of it, this is exactly what happened to Dead Rising. Like they made 1, 2, 3, and maybe a 4th game, and then they're like, "Oh, it's not selling as well. Fuck it, we're done."
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's like They were on an upward trajectory, and then as soon as it started going downward, it's like, wait, what the fuck was that? Like down? No, up.
Dead Rising no longer rising in sales.
Exactly. Yeah, it's in the title. We expected the dead to rise. Sales decline. It's not dead declining. This game is canceled.
It sounds like a Judd Hirsch quote.
Now I just want to play a game called Dead Declining.
Yesterday, Johnny, you got Judd Hirsch on the brain.
I want to play a game called Dead Declining, where it's you a bunch of horde of zombies, but you don't have to do anything because they gradually fall apart before they get to you. So you just stand there and like watch them decompose.
Yeah, don't get too close to them though.
Yeah.
They're in decline. It's just a bunch of zombies with Alzheimer's.
The secret of winning the game is to just put your control on the ground and wait.
What an
Just
odd
let
game.
nature take its
The
course,
secret to
baby.
winning is to not to play.
But yeah, I never did play Lost Planet. I was like briefly intrigued by it and then just kind of never got into it. And then because I kind of figured it was a non-starter. It's known it was a Capcom game. I feel like even back then, even back in the day, they had like a reputation like, oh, they're not going to support this. This is a go nowhere series. And then it kind of, I'm surprised. I literally learned tonight that it went more than one more game. So that's got to be pretty good for a Capcom new IP in the last 20 years or so.
I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe did like a remaster using that new RE engine that's been doing really well for them lately.
Right.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'd be happy with that.
I would play that more quickly than I would play this. But
Wait, what? A new version of a game readily available? You'd play that over a one from, what, like 17 years ago?
you'd be shocked how easy it is for me to just throw $60 at a problem instead of go to another room and plug in my PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the easier thing.
Anything to avoid that. Jesus.
Yeah. And well, then there is the issue of like, okay, so if I want to play Lost Planet, I got to drive to my local retro game store and deal with the people that work there and the possibility of not being able to find the game there. Or I've got to go online and I got to wait a couple of days. And if I have to wait a couple of days, who knows if I'll still want to play it when it gets here.
I don't want this.
Yeah. I have a very short attention span, fellas.
I love the idea that you're sitting at home like, man, I'm committed. I'm finally going to do it. I'm going to go out and get that game. People. Nah.
Right. It's not, not all people. I like people. The retro game store people. They're a special breed of people.
I just assume that if you go to the retro game store and they do have it, it's probably a minimum $300.
Exactly.
Because retro game prices are just absolutely insane right now.
Yes. No, the ironically named Tallahassee institution, Games for Less, truly never lives up to that moniker. The games somehow have only gotten more expensive.
How much are your cheap games? Surprisingly expensive.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, I thought your sign said Games for Less. No, we have
they're games for less than the price of a new car.
Right. Exactly. They cost less than something.
Is that less than $1 million? All right, then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all right there in the fine print. You squint in on the neon sign. Well, son of a bitch. They are not false advertising. They got me.
I mean, they need to find a way to pay the expert craftsman to do fine print in a neon sign. That's not cheap.
Exactly. They got to recoup that cost somehow. And it's going to be through sales of Lost Planet. If I come through, it's going to be the big windfall they've been waiting for.
We could pay our rent this month. He bought Lost Planet.
Finally.
Leave it. Wow. Yeah.
Got him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
Guys,
change
we
all the
made
prices back.
our monthly one sale. We can keep the store open. But yeah,
that's a great idea, Jesse. It's just incredibly expensive prices, and as soon as they sell one, all right, put everything to $20.
Yeah,
we're good for the month.
Right now, everything could be for less.
We got the one rube.
Wait, what is it? August 1st? Rent's coming up. All right, everything back to $300.
Right. Yep.
Bring out the Earthbounds.
Go into collector's mode. Yeah, a cool series, I guess. It's a cool, short little series. Hopefully, Capcom gets their wits about them and does a remake or something. Because yeah, I'd like to pilot these mechs. I'd like to see a return to these lost planets, these extreme conditions. It like I said, it intrigued me back in the day, and it would intrigue me again if somebody were able to make this downloadable onto a system that I own right now for a small fee. No driving, no clicking. Just I want to pull it up on a console and press a button. That's all I want. David, make it happen.
All right, I'm on it.
Good.
Give me a hell yeah! I said, give me a hell yeah!
Sorry, guys. I was looking for a clip with cold in the name.
I was going to say, I don't remember Schwarzenegger saying that.
Well, I was just about to say, I was like, why did you... Stone Cold. Okay.
Right.
Game 4.
All right, guys. So this movie tie-in game actually covers events between two entries in the movie series, and via its story explains why one of its playable characters does not appear in the forthcoming movie. All right. Let's see if I can redeem myself with this game.
Let's see.
I mean, I know I have redeemed myself, but let's see. Jesse sadly says Ice Climber Unleashed. Incorrect. David says Batman and Robin. Man, that would be a good thing to have referenced on tonight's episode, but no, it's not that. And Johnny says Hot Doggers. Also incorrect. No, guys, this is a little game that was released in May of 2006. This is X-Men, the official game. For PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox, Xbox 360, PC, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, blah, 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 blah. It's a time... What?
X-Men the official game in 2006. Didn't X-Men come out in 2000?
Yes, it did. David.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Your concerns are sure to be addressed.
That's not atypical for a movie game to come out way after the movie.
Yeah, 6 years later. A whole console generation later, and yet somehow still look like a PS1 game. So yeah, no, there's actually some confusion over the title. So, like, the title shows up as X-Men : the official game. But in front of that X, there's 3 Wolverine claws sticking up. So some people think it's actually X-Men 3, the official game. There's no clarification on this. It's an Activision game. It's been delisted from all fucking storefronts. There's no one to answer to for this fucking game.
Why
it's a tie-in game. It came out 8 days before X-Men 3, and it ties together X-Men 2 and X-Men 3. But officially, it's apparently X-Men : the official game.
Are we sure it's not 3 X-Men and you can only play as multiple man?
I mean, that would make as much sense as anything. That also would have made a lot of sense.
He's an X Factor.
Yeah. Come on, David. Get your X-Men.
He was in X-Men 3.
Yeah, he was also, yeah.
I
watched X-Men 3 not too long ago, and, David, you're not wrong, but you're barely right. He's barely in that goddamn movie. Like, what a fucking tease Multiple Man is in X-Men 3. Fuck that shit.
I mean, he has 2 distinct scenes of at least 45 seconds.
Yeah, it's great.
Maybe this is supposed to be 3X as in Triple X-Men, and this is supposed to be some kind of like porno-based game based on the X-Men.
Not another X-Men, the official game. But no, so it would make sense for it to be, play on 3 in some way because, David, I don't know why I'm singling you out for this, but so maybe one of you can tell me how many characters by the time X-Men 3 rolls around would you say there are named characters in the X-Men film franchise?
Are we talking heroes or villains or both?
Doesn't matter. How many named characters can you think of that appear in like X-Men 2, 3? Just give me a spitball.
I'd say 20.
It's probably higher. It's okay. The point is there's a ton of fucking characters in these movies, and this game allows you to play as 3 of them.
That's why there's 3 Wolverine claws.
Right. You can play as Wolverine 3 times.
Oh man.
3 times as much as the other characters.
I mean, that's pretty par for the course for the X-Men movies.
Let's see, there's Yellow costume, Weapon X costume, and then like hanging out at the bar costume.
Mm-hmm.
These guys like jeans and the white shirt and the cigar.
Yeah. First class, go fuck yourself costume. But yeah, no. So you get to play as Wolverine, obviously, for some hack and slash and levels. You get to play as Nightcrawler, and the game apparently goes to great lengths to explain why Nightcrawler doesn't come back in X-Men 3. I did not look up why, but I was like, oh, God damn, that's such a tease.
Because he costs too much.
Yeah, exactly. We would love him to be in the movie, but we simply do not want to do those effects again. Yeah. And then the third character is, of course, Iceman.
Nice.
Everyone's third favorite X-Man.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Exactly. I'm confused. I mean, I'm not down on Iceman. I think Iceman is pretty cool. But do I think he should be one of the 3 playable X-Men in X-Men, the official game? No. Yes. Like Iceman in the movies is so underserved. Like, okay, so Iceman in X-Men 2000, he's barely in it. He's just there to kind of say hi to Rogue and, just be a hot young man. X-Men 2, he's more involved. He's escaping the mansion. He's going to tell his parents, it's his coming out moment as a mutant. And he still gets to not really get involved in the action. X-Men 3, the movie, he finally gets to like have a face-off with Pyro, and he fucking, spoilers for X-Men 3 from 2006. He defeats Pyro at the end, and he turns into the classic Iceman look. His whole head turns into a big block of ice, and he fucking, headbutts Pyro and fucking knocks him out. It's dope.
Damn, John.
What? I'm sorry, I spoiled the movie, didn't I?
No. I'm just. You said it's everyone's third favorite X-Men, and I'm trying to think of if he is or not my third favorite X-Men.
You think he is? I mean, I'm happy for you if he is.
I mean, because there's like he's one of the OGs, so there's that. Like, and he can do the cool freaking like ice slide thing where you can fucking like just fly around everywhere doing that. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Jesse,
he's homosexual now, so that's amazing.
Also, he's
but because Gambit's number 1, of course.
There's a lot of fucking X-Men. I mean, it's okay if he's not in your top 3.
I feel like 2 is either like Kitty Pryde or Storm. Like they're really good.
Yeah, man. You know who has a really great power set for a video game? Storm.
Yeah, Storm is good. Colossus is so good.
She can fly and shoot lightning and shit.
I was gonna say, I think.
Oh shit, she's here.
Hey.
I was gonna say it's really hard to pick a top 3 X-Men because when you think of the X-Men, it's a team, so you need like 6 minimum.
Right. Yeah, no, not 3, and not like I don't know. Like it feels like there should be character switching. Like you should maybe get 2 characters per level or something, and have to change between them. But no, it's just you get your Wolverine levels, your Nightcrawler levels, and your Iceman levels. And
the character's based on the level. Oh, that's no fun.
I don't understand.
Yeah, we saw that in Sonic Adventure, and that was weird.
Yeah, I don't like games where it's just like you play, like it forces you to play as characters per level. I like the ability to choose my character.
Take on whatever level as No, this is not that. This is like, okay, you just finished chapter 2 as Wolverine. You're moving on to chapter 3 as Nightcrawler, and after that is chapter 4 and you're Iceman, and then chapter 5, 6, and 7 you're Wolverine. Like. It's not awesome, but Jesse, this might really get you into it. In the Iceman levels, it's been compared to like flying games. It's compared to like Star Wars Rogue Squadron. You're just flying around doing the ice slide thing.
That's pretty cool.
All you do is slide around on the ice and like fly through the air and shoot people with ice beams and like. It's like a Star Fox level as Iceman.
That's pretty rad.
Oh, hold on. You almost got me in, you son of a bitch. That's kind of dope. It's not dope though. That one of my big problems is it's the movie tie-in game, so he looks like fucking the actor, or he looks like the polygonal version of the actor. He looks like like a pixelated Shawn Ashmore face compressed down and fucking stretched onto a weird head. But it would be really easy for them to render is Iceman as he looks in the fucking comics. He's just a fucking he's a piece of ice as a man. Just it's so easy to make that into a video game character. And instead they're like, how about PlayStation 2, supermodel handsome kid? Nah, man.
We really got to spend the budget to get this facial mapping just right. It's like, can't we just take a model and color it blue?
Right.
Can we call it a day after that? Do we really have to go through this effort?
Literally all you need. Nobody would be upset if Iceman was just a blue guy.
He just looks like Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, it's dope.
Guys, we have an opportunity to go home early today. Okay. It's so easy.
What's Iceman doing on the moon?
I don't remember if it was one of the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games or if it was one of the X-Men Apocalypse, but it was one of those games where you had Iceman and you had 5 different costumes for him. And it was the exact same model, just one was wearing pants, one was wearing pants with a vest, but it was still just solid blue guy.
Yeah, good. As it should be. Now, Jesse, you mentioned that Iceman's power is the shit, the sliding thing. And clearly this game knows it. I have a hang up with this power, man. How the fuck does it work?
Well, see, he's a mutant, and so the mutant gene.
Oh no, I don't mean that. I mean the ice slide. How the fuck can he propel himself through the air on a never-ending slide of ice?
Ice is very slippery.
Yes, I understand that.
And he's ice. So it's ice and ice is just getting along.
Right, but does ice not have gravity?
Well, if it's cold enough.
If you look at it, he's not just floating on a piece of ice. There's little legs. It's like a bridge that he builds to slide around on.
Not in this fucking game. He's just fucking floating on an endless piece of ice. It's you can do loop-de-loops and shit with it, and at no point does it fall to the ground. It's just a fucking never-ending slope.
They probably just didn't want to render it.
I mean, of course, but I'm just wondering, obviously,
they spent their rendering time.
Movies to go on.
They spent their rendering time instead of on the ice bridge on his face.
Just do what I do, and anytime some kind of weird thing is happening involving mutant powers, just think, oh, well, Mr. Sinister is probably involved.
Okay, cool. I just, I'm down with the power. I think it's dope. Being able to make yourself an endless slide. That's my childhood fantasy. But how it goes up into the air and then comes back down and I don't know if it's a limitation of the game or if, or of comics as a medium. Eventually the ice ends and the thing follows him, it melts behind him, and it's this power doesn't quite make sense if he's literally using it to fly through the air. But I'm not really too worried about it because it's dope. That's the thing. But it as I was thinking about it and watching footage of this game, I'm like, now wait a minute. At some point, the ice needs to touch the fucking ground. Ice isn't strong enough to make this long of a slide.
Think about it like Spider-Man. Are his webs really hitting a building every time?
I mean, don't get me started on this.
Oh, man, sometimes it's a passing
the answer
airplane.
Is yes.
I've seen that movie. See, all the crane operators shift their crane so he has something to latch to.
Oh, that's
right. I mean, in my nitpicky comic book movie days, watching, the end of Spider-Man 2, where he's down on the docks, falling into water, and then just jumps up and swings away somehow. It's now hold on.
I think with the X-Men, especially, there's this hidden contract that where if you're willing to believe that there is already a man made of ice, and that this man made of ice can shoot ice and stuff, that maybe you just go just a little bit further with your suspension of disbelief and be like, yeah, he can do that too.
Yeah. Maybe his ice.
I've already gone this far.
maybe there's just a little bit of metal in the ice, and Magneto always has his back.
Yeah, he's holding them up. He's like, well, he's a mutant, and my mutant brother must live.
Maybe,
Exactly. Yeah. Can't let the guy fall. It'd be humiliating. Look at him.
Maybe it's just a little bit of Christmas magic that's making the ice work.
It's possible. What is Santa if not one of the mutants? Yeah.
I actually I read a book called The Physics of Superheroes where they try to like break down where they try to break down stuff, and the guy who wrote it, he's like, here's the thing. Most comics writers will do their research and like actually make things that are feasible as long as you make one single acceptance. Like if you have the abilities of a spider, yes, you can swing on web because its spider silk is 10 times stronger than steel, and you can lift this much because that's the proportionate strength. You just have to accept that being bitten by a radioactive spider gives you powers and not cancer.
Right. Fine.
It can be both.
So tell me what I have to accept to make never-ending ice slides make sense.
Well, in the game, it doesn't make any sense at all. That's stupid.
Okay, good, very good. Stupid game ties into a stupid movie. Actually, X-Men 3, very bad, but an entertainingly bad movie. A hoot of a fucking mess of a movie. We should do that for movie night. We're gonna do a double feature. We're gonna do Ski School and fucking X-Men 3.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
God, guys, we gotta get back to movie night.
They're both set in schools. Makes sense.
Yeah. It's good. Guys, I don't know when the last time you saw X-Men 3 is, but you got to see how bad the de-aging on Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen was in 2006. Guys, we have to watch the movie. They hadn't cracked it. It was no Dial of Destiny. They looked like shit.
God, I hate that Juggernaut helmet.
Oh God, but
why does he have a helmet made out of like concrete?
He's so much better in Deadpool 2.
I know why that is. It's because he's the Juggernaut bitch. Therefore, do not ask any questions. That's what you have to suspend your disbelief with.
Does he also import Korean music?
Yeah. Anyway, X-Men, the official game, not so good. X-Men 3, not so good. Iceman, pretty good. Jesse, okay, rattle it off as we go to the next game. Top 5 X-Men, go.
The Gambit, Shadowcat, Wolverine, Storm, and Iceman.
There you go. He's top 5.
Iceman cometh.
And he came.
Game 5.
Oh, whoops, sorry.
Really missing out by not being in the Discord.
Uh,
All right, so this game, this game takes place in an alternate universe in the year 1886, and the big differences between this world and our world is in this world, Krakatoa and Mount Tambora have erupted, and that's not good because those are super volcanoes. All right, let's see what kind of cool answers y'all gave. Let's see. Johnny says Batman and Robin. That's incorrect. John says Yellowstone. That's incorrect. And David says The Order 1886. That's also incorrect. This is Frostpunk. Yes, this is Frostpunk. It came out in 2018. It is a survival city builder. It takes place, like I said, in 1886, where these two super volcanoes erupted and caused a volcanic winter, which seems real fucked up. Basically, it blocks out the sun, and stuff starts growing, and temperatures drop really down real bad. A lot of people die, and so you start. This game is very uplifting, by the way. So you start as this like ragtag group of explorers, trying to find these big old what would you call them?
Super volcanoes.
No, that's the bad thing. It's like a big a steam or coal powered like generator. There you go. And so you're trying to find that, and you're trying to kind of restart civilization by building these little towns by this big generator that generates heat. And so it's like below 20 degrees Celsius. And so you got like the whole thing is like snow. You got the big coal generator in the middle. And so like it radiates heat when you have it running. But of course you got to have people going back and forth getting the coal. You got to have people getting wood. You got to have people going out hunting. So there's still like animals and stuff. and you got to make sure you have enough facilities. Like it starts off, it's like, hey, you should build tents for people because they'd like to have some place to sleep. And it's like you can be like, oh yeah, I'll shelter everyone, or you can just be like, I'll shelter some people. And you have like two bars. There's like a hope and discontent bar. So like that's fun to see it like go up or down. At one point you can like enact laws like how about children start working? And so you can send the children into the mines. Well, you can start it so they're only able to do safe jobs, which I'm not sure what constitutes as a safe job. And
safe mining job for children?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I was going to say, in 1886, I don't think anything is a safe
well,
job.
I mean, they are miners.
God damn it.
And so another fun part, this is the best part of the game, is they're like, hey, people are starting to get frostbite. What you want to do? And so you can like enact laws. Like you can either enact a law where, oh, we'll just amputate, and then you can build a certain house where all your amputees live and you take care of them, which seems like the okay thing to do. Or you can just put people fucking down. Like, be like,
Jesus.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of some of the other weird. There's like one where you can decide to make soup for everyone, and for whatever reason that makes your food last longer. But people don't like soup for some reason if it's all you're eating. But there's another one where you can add food additives, which is just like you're putting like sawdust in the food, and that's fucked up. There's
wait, but why don't the people like soup?
Well, I mean I don't know why.
It's got sawdust in it. Pay attention, John.
Well, no, the soup doesn't. The soup doesn't have sawdust.
I'm devastated. Like, okay, yeah. Send the kids into the mines. Yeah. Blow the fucking brains out of anybody that gets a frostbitten limb. But the people can't even be cheered up with soup. Like,
that's where you draw the line.
What fucking bleak world are we living in where, like, people can't just fucking put themselves into soup season mode? Like, what the fuck? Like, soup is comforting, man. Like, if the soup doesn't help, then like, yeah, this Frostpunk world's all fucked. Like,
well, it already is.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying,
I think it's the whole point.
But then why have the soup at all? Like, why tease people with the prospect of soup? And like, make me think, okay, I'm gonna make everybody a nice soup. That'll fucking lower their discontent meter. But then they're all like, I don't know, I don't like this soup. What is this? Like,
all right,
fuck that.
Well, I think
after I've put all the children to work and killed all the people with frostbite, let's cheer things up with some soup. I don't really like this. Have I not done enough for you people?
So
nothing is good enough.
I think that's
So
capitalism 101, guys.
Here's my logic. So I kept the amputees, and you get a fun little like meter. It tells you how many amputees you have in your city.
Another meter?
Well, it's not a meter. It's just it looks like a crutch, and then it has a number underneath
my
it.
living limbs meter is staying put. That's a good sign.
And but like, there's also like, if someone dies, you have to decide: do we want to build a cemetery for the dead people, or just a big like hole in the ground to put the bodies? And it's like, I feel like there's only one good option, and that's the cemetery. Like, the thing about the cemetery is sometimes the people, well, no, it's not expensive. It's occasionally the people won't go to work the next day if someone in their family dies, because they'll be mourning. And I was like, that's okay. Like, fine.
Yeah.
I worked in HR, man. Bereavement's it's a serious thing, man.
It does say though the body pile will not spread disease, so that's helpful.
That's important.
Is there just burn them option? Like, I feel like it's a third option here.
No, there isn't. It's Frostpunk. They don't have fire.
Yeah. Well, they're like
Wait, so
like,
they have no fire? You literally can't maybe power the burner with the bodies of the dead?
That's
a really good life hack.
That would be a good idea. Just toss them in there. We're running out of coal. But I started working like when I was like young, so I feel like I am one to speak on child labor. So if if I can push a lawnmower at 10, they can mine coal in the negative 20 degrees Celsius.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I know a thing or two about working as a child in extreme cold temperatures. When I was 14, I worked at Dairy Queen.
Yeah, there you go.
And
I really want to read that BuzzFeed list, like top 12 life hacks. Use a rubber band to keep a door from closing. Tie a red ribbon around your luggage so you can identify it. Burn your dead for fuel.
Yes, it's Frostpunk, baby. You got to do what you got to do. I don't understand the title. What about this is punk?
It's like, I guess they were going for like, instead of steampunk, this is Frostpunk.
No, I understand that,
Okay.
but like, it feels like a real half-assed fucking title.
They're
like,
Polish.
oh, what if the steampunk era, but it was cold?
The people making the game were Polish, so maybe it's like a translation thing.
I mean, so when I hear steampunk, I imagine a bunch of like modern day amenities that are powered by steam, right? Because the whole idea usually with steampunk is it's a world where steam was our sort of main thing. So everything's like you have steam powered computers, right?
I was gonna say I don't know about modern amenities. I picture more like turn of the century technology, but steam became the thing instead of coal. So you got airships and shit. And
so when I hear Frostpunk, I don't know how Frost is supposed to power an airship, right? Like,
right?
What would Frost do besides just make it fall?
We established this previously. You're not powering an airship with frost. You're just riding a piece of ice around like Iceman.
Yeah,
just flying through the sky.
Is Iceman Frostpunk?
He's the Frostpunk.
Oh my god, he's so Frostpunk.
Mm-hmm.
Now there is a balloon thing because you can get a beacon thing, and it sends like a big hot air balloon up, and you can look for other like at the beginning of the game there was a lost expedition, and you can go find them and then bring them back to the camp. So that gives you more people to work, and probably more children to send to the mines, which is good.
Doesn't sound good.
What's fun is if someone gets like injured at work, it'll like pop up and be like, hey, this kid was injured. Do you want to send them back to work or let them have the rest of the day off? And I always let them have the rest of the day off. So
good.
I feel like I've been pretty good as a mayor.
It sounds like you're trying to be the nicest possible mayor in the worst possible situation.
That's what I'm trying to do. Because like the thing is like we need coal to live. So like if we run out of coal, we're all fucking dead. So if your fucking kid can hold some coal in their hands, you want us to die? Come on, lady.
Feel like there's got to be a better way, but I don't know.
Well, you go back to 1886 and have a volcanic winter and tell me about it.
I mean, I'm open to all ideas.
Okay.
So question. We know when it comes to steampunk, the most quintessential piece of cinema in the steampunk world is Wild Wild West. So what is the quintessential Frostpunk movie that everyone should watch to get a better understanding of what Frostpunk is?
Snowpiercer.
Ski School.
No, probably Snowpiercer.
Yeah, honestly, Snowpiercer.
I think Ski School is the ultimate Frostpunk movie.
Yeah. Well, we got 2 Ski School and 2 Snowpiercer. We can't break this tie.
Call 940-GGT Buzz with your vote for the most Frostpunk movie.
God. As if this segment wasn't upsetting enough, now we gotta talk Snowpiercer. No, I think man, Jesse, what a
this game is very dour.
When you first said Frostpunk, I was like, okay, kind of like a steampunk game, but everything's iced over. That sounds cool.
A real cold Blade Runner.
It's like a city management games. Like, all right, I'm a little less interested. And then you
less.
just describe the most horrible conditions of life. It's like, no.
Yeah, super bleak misanthropic city sim game. Like
you can like
it's
click on the little
snowing.
citizens.
No.
You can click on the little citizens, and it tells you like what they're worried about and like what they're doing and stuff. And like when you like click on the children, they're like, "I want to play today," and like
Too damn bad.
I hope I don't have to go to the mine.
Yeah.
But then you like see some people and they're like, "I'm not worried about anything," and it's like, are you? I mean, I guess okay, cool, but you should be worried because it's fucking cold.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah. What else is there to worry about once it's that cold? Anyway, Tay in the chat broke the tie. The most Frostpunk movie is Cool Runnings.
I can't argue against that. That's perfect.
Nope, he's right. Jesse, horrendous pick. Just truly bleak pick.
Cold-blooded.
Thank God that I fucked up and brought 2 games to the show, because the show's not over. We still have to do a goddamn fan request, Johnny.
Hope it's good.
All right, everyone, chill.
That was the second song, right?
Yeah.
So when hiring staff for this game, applicants were not told that the studio was part of Square Enix. This was done because they wanted to hire people who were passionate about role-playing games rather than people who just wanted to work for Square Enix. All right, who's got some answers? Actually, while you're prepping your answers, I do want to give a special thanks to our requester, CX Strife.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Hola.
All right, so Jesse says the Big Chill 64. Sadly incorrect. John says I am Iron Setsuna. And Johnny says I am Setsuna. Both of those are correct. And man, I am really glad that Frostpunk came right before this game, because I thought this game was going to end the show on a down note. But after
fucking bleak.
How many
Frost-
amputees are in this one?
After Frostpunk, this game doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah.
So this is a really cool game. Currently out and available. It was released back in 2016. You can get it on PS4 and Switch. And it's kind of like a throwback to the 16-bit RPGs. Like one of the major influences of this game was Chrono Trigger. It has the same kind of like active battle style as Chrono Trigger, and you can pair up attacks kind of like you could in Chrono Trigger. But it has like some throwbacks to classic Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Legend of Zelda. The entire game takes place on like a snow-capped mountain range, which you would think would get boring after a while. Like you're just looking at the same snowy rocks, but each little village has its own charms. Like there's one village that just has a bunch of like Chinese lanterns around that cast this yellow orange glow over everything. And there's like an area in the forest where there's huge trees that kind of block out and cast shadows and everything. It's a really pretty game. And obviously it's got a really soothing, nice piano soundtrack. I thought this game was going to be kind of a downer because the whole plot is there's like a demonic force that's coming out, and the main character, Setsuna, is going to be a human sacrifice. So
Dope.
Like she pairs up with a guy that becomes her guardian, and they start exploring and meeting all these other characters, and you build your party. But yeah, the whole theme of the game is about like life and death and sorrow, because you're playing as or teaming up with this character whose whole journey is to be killed in the end. So it's kind of a somber game, but not quite like amputee kids working in a factory somber.
Right,
No. The amputees get to live out the rest of their days in a nice safe house. So.
If you choose so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, if I did. I wanted them to.
Right. Yeah.
Be.
No, yeah, this game seems positively uplifting compared to our last discussion. Like, a slightly somber fantasy game about, someone, headed towards their demise and fighting back against that, probably with themes of, fate and blah, 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 versus a game that is set in an alternate Earth that's been fucking ruined, and you have to make all the worst, management decisions imaginable. Like, this game, fucking A, man. This is this might as well be like a fucking Michael Schur TV show. It's so fucking uplifting.
It kind of reminds me of, have any of y'all ever seen that animated short film that usually pops up around Christmas time, The Snowman?
I mean, not here.
We gave you all the clues, Mr. Police.
Okay, well, this game kind of reminds me of that, where it's like, it's very touching, it's very beautiful, it looks nice, it has a cool story as it starts going, and then there's a point where you realize, like, oh, this is not gonna have a happy ending, is it? Okay, I kind of know what I'm in for. I'm also laughing as I'm watching all of you Googling The Snowman.
No, I'm assuming, yeah. Like with all snowman stories, it inevitably goes south once winter ends. And
At
snowman
some
melts.
point, he has to melt, right?
Yeah, that's how snowman stories work, David.
Otherwise, he'd be Iceman, and
yeah,
he's not.
exactly. And he then cometh.
But yeah, this game has that same kind of like, oh, this is a really nice vibe. I'm feeling a little down, but I'm still enjoying myself because it's a fun game. It's really cool. John, I think honestly it would be pretty up your alley.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe from looking at screenshots of it just now. I'm like, wait. What is this? Like, how did I fucking not see this? It's I kind of missed this, but like, okay, so maybe I passed it in the eShop, just not really paying attention to it, thinking it was just yet another indie attempt at doing something, paying tribute to the 16-bit RPG era. And now I'm finding out that like, oh, it's actually like quote unquote an indie studio that was totally being run by Square Enix. Like,
it was
RPG factory.
It's like those DoorDash like secret kitchens or whatever.
Yeah.
That are just like you're like, what the fuck is this place? Oh, it's just Chili's.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Tokyo RPG Factory was just Square Enix's ghost kitchen.
But well, I see there's a disconnect here because like, the equivalent of this, imagine if you bought.
Think before you speak, Johnny.
No, actually, Johnny's right. I can see we got it kind of backwards.
Yeah, because usually you're disappointed when you find out the real parent company of the Ghost Kitchen. Like, imagine getting
Right.
I Am Setsuna and it's actually Applebee's, right? Like,
Exactly. Okay, so no, we've got it totally flipped. So it's like, okay, yeah, I go on fucking DoorDash and I order the WWE tie-in food, the Smackadilla, and fucking I'm disappointed to learn that it comes from IHOP's kitchen.
Oh no.
Yeah, if it had come from fucking like a 5-star restaurant, it would be like, wait, now hold on, that's pretty dope. So yeah, if I'm passing by this on the eShop and I'm like, what is this indie fucking game? And then it's like, actually, it's a Square Enix game. We just didn't want to tell you. It's like, oh fuck, you should have really told me that up front. Like,
way to bury the lead, y'all.
You truly buried the lead. Like, you tell me that the company that made the best 16-bit RPGs is making a game reference heavy to their golden age of RPGs. yes, I'll throw, 10, $20 at that, whatever. Fuck. Like that, sure. Sounds good. But if you just kind of bury it in the Switch eShop and don't tell me who it is exactly that made it, I'm going to kind of scroll right past it.
I would love to open DoorDash and order like a $12 burger from, Burgerama, and then find out that's actually like a $50 burger from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. Like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, if it turns out to be that good, that's great. But if it the Ghost Kitchen thing, we're almost on the scent of the reference, and I understand what we're going for, but it's not quite that. Those Ghost Kitchens, it's always like, order this crazy looking protein bowl, and then it's like, it's just Chili's. Like, what?
Yeah, this is more like a reverse Ghost Kitchen, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, reverse Ghost Kitchen used to be my favorite sex move.
Yes.
But with my back these days.
Yeah,
man.
It's tough, man. It's really tough, and just God, working all those fryers at the same time. But yeah, man. So who is Setsuna?
Setsuna is
what?
I'm Setsuna.
It's a Spartacus thing, huh?
Yeah. No, gotcha. Setsuna is like a young village girl chosen to be a human sacrifice to prevent a demon lord.
And you have to play as her, or can you play as someone else and make the title, nonsense?
I am Steve.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, you can.
I am Setsuna, not I am Steve.
I am Applebee's.
No, you can definitely play as the other characters in the party.
Okay, good. So, it's not We Are Setsuna. Is she Groot?
I'm not sure.
Does she say anything else?
I mean, I'm pretty sure she has dialogue.
Okay, it'd be funny if all she said was I am Setsuna.
I'm pretty sure she has dialogue, and I'm pretty sure that all of the dialogue is not I am Setsuna.
That'd be pretty good. Yeah.
There is that very, very touching moment at the very end of the game where your companion starts to cry and she reaches out and brushes a tear and says, "We are Setsuna."
Right, exactly. You are Setsuna. Wait, I'm Setsuna? Yeah, I don't know, man. It sounds good. Like Square secretly making a new, kind of Chrono Trigger-ish game. Sounds good. I bet you this goes on sale a lot. Like, I bet you can find this in your Switch eShop or whatever for pretty cheap, because I've seen it in the Switch eShop for pretty cheap a number of times and scrolled straight past it because I thought it was just some fucking indie bullshit. So this time I'm gonna have to click on it and read the description. Something has changed.
It's a pretty small little indie company. I don't know if you've heard of it. Square Enix.
Right.
Apparently they came together after two other random companies merged, but
what would really help Square Enix and me clicking on I am Setsuna? A really solid logo and putting it on the artwork on the Switch eShop for I am Setsuna. If Square Enix, like, seriously, Jesse, you play RPGs. Describe Square Enix's logo. How do you know a Square Enix game when you see it?
It just says Square Enix on it.
Right, yeah, exactly. That's not much of a logo. So, yeah, I need just a little seal of approval. It's the Squeenix stamp right there on the fucking game's cover that says, "Hey, we made this. Consider it." Yeah. Remember how you like Secret of Mana? Remember how you like fucking all those weird games on SNES? We also made this.
Wait, what? Square Enix made Zombies Ate My Neighbors?
I said, I didn't say all the weird games on the SNES. I said, shit. Okay, well, they're going to have to redefine that logo. But
maybe remove the zombie eating the S.
Wait, hold on. You're not down with zombies eating ass?
No, S. I said S.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps.
Space.
Boops. Scoring complete. This game's winner is John Harrington.
Well, hell, you're right. It is.
Talk about the redemption arc.
Unbelievable. What a win. What a time. What a series of games. You know, starting off with that avalanche of misinformation and redeeming myself to a victory on tonight's episode. Just truly, a David and Goliath story truer than the Bible itself. This was a good one, guys. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun playing in the snow, playing in the ice. It was a cool episode. We went to a lot of places. And, I didn't really have a theme in mind for next week's episode.
Games with amputees.
Tonight's episode gave me so many ideas.
Games with eating ass.
Damn it.
Well, I thought next week's it's going to be episode 343, which, of course, is a very popular game studio. I say very popular, reasonably popular. I don't know. You guys, you're all big, Xboxers. You play your 343 games, your Halos, Halo Infinite, Halo 5 and shit. You know who this company is. So I was thinking, after the boondoggle of I Am Setsuna being a seemingly indie game, but it's actually made by a major studio. And then all these other games that we featured tonight that were made by major studios, I'm thinking next week, major studios. Let's just go big, guys. Go big or go home. Games made by... I don't want to say first party. I just want to say major studios. Fuck, no indie bullshit, man.
AAA games.
Tonight we had AAA shit, man. We had, Nintendo, fucking Namco, Capcom, Activision, Square Enix, and those fucking assholes that made Frostpunk.
I think they were like kind of an indie-ish studio.
Yeah, so they can go fuck themselves. They're not welcome on next week's episode.
Would you?
By the cold shoulder.
Oh, I will freeze my fucking shoulder if need be.
This is a very important question for me personally. Would you consider WayForward a major studio? Okay.
No.
Already shaking your head no.
No. I mean, there's going to be some wiggle room, but, don't. Yeah. WayForward is a contractor. I would not consider them a major studio whatsoever. They frequently have to make games via Kickstarter. No. But
I'm just clarifying.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sure there's some other large game company that I'm a big fan of. I can find a title from.
Yeah, I think you've had tricky. A few. It is. It's going to be SSX Tricky. EA Sports Big. Major Studios, Jesse. You got it. Fucking bring the Small Balls remix next week. It'll be great. But yeah, it's so what it means. A major studio for next week's episode. It's going to be fun because, as we learned tonight, even major studios and, these big developers, even when they make kind of a stinker, we ski and snowboard. They load it with bangers. It's always fun. It's good. So it'll be good. That'll be a lot of fun. That's the theme. We're stepping it up to the major leagues next week. So join us. And thank you, everybody who joined us this week. Thank you, everybody watching live with us. We're live every Wednesday night. We're on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. Search for Game That Tune. We appreciate you guys joining us and chatting along with us. We always love seeing you guys in the live stream. Thank you, everybody, checking us out in podcast form. Our podcasts come out Tuesday mornings at GameThatTune.com or anywhere that you get your podcasts. We appreciate you guys listening, rating, reviewing, subscribing, doing all those things that you do for a podcast for us, Game That Tune. It's we super appreciate it. We really appreciate everybody checking out Patreon, patreon.com/GameThatTune. It's the home for awesome exclusives. We've got an upcoming movie night with the double feature of Ski School and X-Men 3: The Last Stand.
Oh,
that's going to be a lot of fun. So join Patreon for $1 for access to movie night. Our fucking live commentaries. It's going to be dope. But also we do, exclusive podcasts on there. We've got Game That Tune Gems. We've got Jesse's Covered Up. We've got awesome mixtapes. We do a lot of fun things. Subscribe for $10 and you get access to gttradio.vip, the Game That Tune radio on-demand experience. Truly a fantastic perk. If you've got $10 a month and you want to support us instead of Spotify, then we recommend you going to patreon.com/GameThatTune. We got a lot of fun stuff going on over there, so we appreciate you guys supporting us. Of course, GTT Radio, the VIP part, that's it's a tie-in to the most important thing, obviously, that we do with those Patreon bucks. Radio.GameThatTune.com, GTTRadio.com, GTT.rocks, the home for video game music on the internet. A great thing that we know you all love and we love doing for you guys. Want to give a shout out, of course, to our Patreon Absurd fans. I'm talking about Daniel Perky, talking about Taylor Y, Sam L, Phoenix Tier 2121, Beast Pond, and the Kerrigan. Just an immaculate group of Patreon Absurd fans. Join Patreon, become an Absurd fan. I'll say your name, and you get all that other stuff we talked about too. Special shout out to our requester tonight. David took the request. Who made that request?
That was CX Strife in our Discord.
Yes, it was. Thank you, CX. Fantastic request. Discord's a great place to make them, or you can go to GameThatTune.club, our fantastic social media server. We have a lot of fun over there. And that's, guys, that's going to just about do it. So it's time for, of course, my bonus tunes. And, I got bonus tunes that tie into the theme for next week, the theme for this week, and the theme for last week. Guys, I hate to be just the guy that's, showing everybody how it's done. But you want a game that has an island and some ice, and it's made by a major studio. It might not have an avalanche. I'll have to check on that. But, we're going home with some music from the NES game classic, Kirby's Adventure. We got Ice Cream Island. It's published by Nintendo. It's a major studio. And there's ice cream on that island, I assume. Dave, we never really clarified. Would ice cream have qualified for tonight's theme?
Is ice in the title?
Yeah, but also it's creamed ice.
I mean, there are times where you bite a chunk of ice in ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, I could have brought this.
But it's freezer burnt because you fucked up. If you have ice in your ice cream, man. No, it's all right.
We've all been there, baby. So, yeah, we're going to Ice Cream Island from Kirby's Adventure. We love you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Peace out, everybody. Kirby's Avalanche is copyright 1995, HAL Laboratory and Nintendo of America Incorporated. Wii Ski and Snowboard is copyright 2009, Namco Bandai Games. Lost Planet Extreme Condition is copyright 2007, Capcom Company Limited. X-Men, the official game, is copyright 2006, Activision Publishing Limited. Frostpunk is copyright 2018, 11-Bit Studios. I Am Setsuna is copyright 2016, Tokyo RPG Factory Company Limited and Square Enix.